So thank you, Ron. Thank you, Benjamin, for inviting us. We're really excited to be there to present what we're doing. So Xsensio is a company. We are based in Switzerland, and we are a spin-off from the nanotechnology lab. So this is where we're coming from. And we're developing what we call the lab on skin platform. So the opportunity that we see on the market is that there is this explosion of wearables, right? All these products and apps that have been created to bring and accompany athletes as they're training or doing a competition, and it's great, right? But we feel that the data that is brought to athletes is not really very interesting data. It's typically number of steps that the athlete is doing, the type of movement, sometimes the heart rate, but that's basically it, right? So it's really physical information. It doesn't give you information about how the athlete really feels and how his performance can be really increased. So what our company is doing is creating a new tool, not to track this physical information, but to track the biochemical information. And we feel that this really opens up a huge number of opportunities. If we do that, we need to track biochemical data, typically you have to do a blood test, right? But how can you do a blood test in a wearable format? So we really need to change the paradigm of fitness monitoring and come up with something different. And so this is where we're coming from. We're developing a very, very small tool that does not track blood tests in a continuous way with real-time data like wearables would do, but we're tracking sweat. So sweat at the surface of the skin of the athlete. And sweat is a very interesting biofluid. It's accessible all the time on the surface of the skin of the athlete. It is, it's not only non-invasive, but it's also non-intrusive. And more importantly, there is a wealth of data and wealth of information that can be extracted from sweat if we continuously monitor it. And so we have been working for many, many years now on a very, very miniaturized system. So it's a very small chip that you can see here. It's just 5 millimeters by 5, so it's very tiny, on which we put very, very, very small sensors, so highly nanotech-based sensors. On this little chip, typically we could put hundreds or even thousands or tens of thousands of sensors. And what we do is that this little chip, we'll see later, enters into a skin patch. And as soon as it's in contact with the skin of the athlete and the athlete starts to be active, it instantly absorbs sweat and tracks its content from electrolytes to so sodium, potassium, calcium, to metabolites, lactate, glucose, to hormones like cortisol for stress, up to proteins. And the goal now of the company is to really build a platform of many applications that will eventually become the lab on skin sensing platform. And the goal is to be able to track a wealth of data continuously in real time and non-invasively. So when this little chip then enters into a skin patch that has a lot of different technological milestones and breakthroughs that we have been developing. And so it enters into a skin patch, and then we can track either the athlete himself, tracks it whenever he needs to have the information, or there is a Bluetooth antenna on it that gives the athlete or the coach or any other person the data in a continuous way. For us, this is not, the company is developing this platform. Our first market is sports, but beyond that, we see many other opportunities. So sports and esports, this is where we are focusing first, the direction of the company and the platform to work on many types of applications, from dehydration to heat acclimation, to stress monitoring, to glucose lactate monitoring during activity. And then we're also working on other applications in wellness, and then medical. We're working with also pharmaceutical companies to explore other applications that could be really interesting. We've been integrated this year into the Merck accelerate in Darmstadt, and we've been also working with a US pharma company to track and test new applications. So this is really exciting, but sports is definitely where we are starting. In terms of the team, we are 11 people, out of which 8 PhDs. So it's a very R&D focused company for now, but we're starting to work on different things around R&D. The team has been working on the pipeline also of patents, on the sensing technology, on the fluidics, on the integration of different technological building blocks together into a wearable system, and keeping that as one of the priorities of the company. And then we have also advisors, our board advisors with, for example, Bracken Darrell, the CEO and president of Logitech, being on our advisory board, and then Professor Hochstrasser, a medical doctor. So with that, I would love to have comments and any question that you might have. We've, as Ron was saying at the very beginning, we've super excited to have received an innovation award from CES in Las Vegas in January, and so happy to now look for partners in the sports industry, for groups that might be interested in adopting our technology, and looking for companies. As we are a B2B, we're targeting companies that will integrate our technology, our sensing chip, into their products and services. So, thank you very much.